Girls J Talk. Josh and John here talking at you about some fitness stuff. Today we're going to be talking about results and what exactly are the results you see in the gym? What's the time frame? Like why do some people seem to have quicker results and others not? What do you think about that, Josh?
This is an interesting subject. You know, how quick should you see results? I mean, some of you want to lose 50 pounds, 100 pounds. You want to gain 10 pounds of muscle, and you want to know how long this should really take. I feel like there's a lot of different information out there that may persuade you to think, oh, it's going to happen this fast, or maybe it won't happen this, or maybe it's going to take a little bit longer. So we're just going to talk back and forth about, what your real expectations should be for fat loss, strength gain, muscle gain, all of it. It's going to be good. I'm excited.
Exactly. And I feel like with social media and Instagram and Facebook and TikTok or whatever it is now, and TV, you see all these ridiculously awesome transformations, which are indeed amazing. When you look at somebody's before and after picture, even if it's only been 6 months, it's usually pretty cool. Like, especially if you see a good transformation, somebody who stuck with it, you see this like end and this beginning, but it's not always 6 months though. It's a thing. Like, people see these really amazing before and after pictures on social media. Like, I was just looking at some right now. Like right now, it's just like, I know your guys' transformation and I know your before and after. You guys look good, but when you look at somebody else's transformation and you're like, man, I wonder how long that takes. So you look at their story and it's like, oh, this was 5-year transformation from both these pictures. Like, wow, okay, that's why. Okay, she was hustling. Oh, and then it said, like, I was looking at this news article and it was like, this person lost 150 pounds. And like in this story below, you have to like click on the link to see it. And it took them like 3 years to do it. And even that's still an amazing amount, but it's like people think that this happens overnight. And it's like, no way.
Yeah. And I think especially you'll see a transformation that's like, let's say you're on Instagram and it's like 12-week transformation. Like, you have a coach and he's like, oh, I've got this person to where they are in 12 weeks. And, the first pictures, maybe their first day, it couldn't, this first picture couldn't have been 12 weeks ago. It could have just been where they looked when they looked their worst in their life. You have a transformation picture. And then the next picture, they lost weight, but maybe that picture's in the best lighting. They're all pumped up in the gym. They make the last picture look as good as possible. They're in the best light. Everything is perfect. Every single variable is perfect for them to look good in that picture. And then they slap them together and you look at it and they say it's 12 weeks when in reality, it took longer than 12 weeks. That second picture might be edited a little bit and all that kind of stuff. So it can throw you off your game. So when you hear someone lost 100 pounds or 75 pounds or 150 pounds in 3 years, you're like, oh, wow, that's a long time to lose 150 pounds. I don't know if I could stick in the game for 3 years. I don't know if that's 3 years we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking at one. I saw a pretty amazing transformation. It was this girl. She looked like she looked completely different, like a different person. And I looked at it and like, oh, this picture she was taken, she was 24 and now she's 29. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
She maybe did some maturing. She wasn't partying. She grew, she worked out. She lost a lot of weight, but she looks way different and obviously way better. And she probably feels $1 million more. But again, that took 5-6 years.
Right.
If you do it, and that's a normal amount of time for any kind of really life-changing transformation.
You want to meet some of these people?
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody's had their own. I mean, even looking at my own personal results, I went from just completely insecure, didn't work out in the gym, and I tried for a couple of years to work out consistently, but I was never consistent. I never made that connection. I worked out for like a month and I would be done. I was like, I wanted to change, and I would take like all these supplements too. Like, oh, this supplement's gonna make me even better results. And this is like my first several years of training. Like, I probably took every supplement under the sun because I was easily sold. And he's like, oh man, this one's going to make you big. This one's going to get you shredded. I'm like, all right, let's do it. I tried every freaking diet. I spent a lot of money on stupid stuff that I thought was going to give me those short-term results. So a lot of people do that. Like, I did it. Everybody does it. Everybody tries to get that quick, short results. Everybody's done like a diet. I've done diets like, oh, I want to get shredded, and I want to just eat it. I'm just gonna drink a protein drink and that's it for 12 weeks. And I always bounced back, So I was always a typical guy that was like lazy.
Yeah, I was, I was the same way. I saw like, all right, hop on this supplement, and on the supplement bottle it'd be like, all right, if you want this result in 4 weeks, then take 1 scoop. But if you want this result in 7 days, take 3 scoops. I'm like, all right, 3 scoops. Dump up whatever powder, creatine, weight gainers, protein supplements, BCAAs. I used to take every single one of those supplements, and obviously, there's no supplement that's going to say it's going to work in a week. I'm just making a joke, but that's how it is. It'll say, all right, we're going to get you this result this quickly, but it runs deeper than that. So let me ask you guys something. Do you want just results? You just want weight loss, or, you want to build some muscle, you want to look different, or do you want a complete transformation? Not only your body, but who you are, how you go about things. Right. If you're looking for some quick results, go do the 12-week fat loss program at this other gym, or, go on a crash diet and, fall in that trap where you see this transformation and this person looks great and they did this and did that. And you're like, all right, I got to do that. And if I don't get those results in 12 weeks, that's going to, I'm going to evaluate myself, and that's going to affect my self-worth. If I don't see that result in 12 weeks, I'm somehow a failure. Right. Or 16 weeks. I didn't lose any weight in 3 weeks. I didn't, I failed myself. Or you can think about it in the long game, right? What if I made this a 3-year plan to lose this 100 pounds, right? How is that going to develop me as a person? Someone that can stick in this for 3 years and, hit these goals literally one day at a time versus thinking like, I got to get this fast, right? The mindset of trying to achieve things fast is not a good mindset. Like, I want it quick. I want it as fast as possible. How do you feel about that, John?
I agree. It's terrible for the mindset. I mean, it doesn't ever work ever. I mean, let's give you a fun, The Biggest Loser, one of the most popular shows in the world, The Biggest Loser, because these people would lose a F ton of weight, something that you associated with, like, oh, I want to lose weight. I see this person on TV. Wow, they lost 30 pounds. And they see their weight and like 40 pounds a week. I mean, these people are 600, 700 pounds, and you see these crazy results, and you're like, wow, in 3 short months, that guy lost 150, 200 pounds or whatever it is. Wow, like, that's some serious weight loss right there. And then you see that, and then you're like, you want that because you just want to lose 20, 30 pounds. If he could do it in a week, I could do it. But you don't see that they're not eating more than 200 calories and they're working out for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
You don't see that extremity. Like, that's extreme, and that's not good. Like, anything extreme is not good. The most amazing transformations take time to do, and it takes time to develop the skills. And the person you turn into after the transition is the real transformation. After you go from 200 pounds to 150 pounds, you're going to change psychologically in a big way, in a good way.
100%.
Not only are you going to be a stronger person, but you're just going to be a battle-tested warrior who went through ups and downs and plateaus and the struggles, and they got through all that fake short-term stuff, and they're like, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. That takes a different mentality of one that will lead, one that's a leader. And you're never born a leader. We talked about, you're not born a leader. You can train to be a leader, and you can work towards being a leader by quietly working towards a goal and by continuing to move forward. And that's what you learn in that real transformation. And that's why people are striving for that in their life. That's what they want. They want to lose weight. Yeah. But that transformation afterwards.
Yeah. Because when you get to the, I mean, John, you sit down with so many people. I sit down with so many people, and you talk to them. A lot of you have different goals, but you're very similar. Where your goals stem from isn't because you just want to lose weight. Like, that's a superficial goal, and I know all of you are deeper than that, right? That's shallow. You're deeper than just wanting to lose 5 or 6 pounds, 10 pounds to look better at the beach. You want to live a more fulfilling life by being in better shape and feeling better and looking better.
Right.
And that stuff takes time. that takes time. If you want to completely transform your life and someone's telling you that they can get you there in 16 weeks, they're lying to your face, because it takes longer than that. You know, maybe you don't have the skill set yet to be at the certain body weight you want to be, or to live the lifestyle that you want to live yet physically, right? And you got to develop those skills, which takes time. I can make this an analogy. Like, imagine being in a video game, like you're a video game character and you're level 1, but the weapon you want to be able to use, you're not allowed to use that weapon or skill until you're level 7, right? So you got to do all these things. You got to, you know, develop these habits. You got to develop these skills. You got to put in the time in the gym so you can get to level 2, then level 3, then level 4, and you're finally level 7. And now you're strong enough to pick up that weapon now, right? You're strong enough. You can wear that shield and that armor. And now there's another level that you got to work to that you're just not there yet. And it takes time for you to level up these skills so you're strong enough to be able to look the way you want to look, to be able to have the lifestyle habits that need to be developed so you can, you know, make this something that you can have a longevity in, right? Something you can stick in this for a long time.
Right. Because, I mean, it's just like you said, you start at ground one, like we meet with so many people. I've sat down with so many of you guys one-on-one many times for many hours. Like,
right.
we know what motivates you. Whenever anybody new comes in, they have different reasons for being there. You're right. They're very different, but they always come in for the same thing. They want that change. And it's usually, oh, I want to lose weight, or I see this. And it comes with, you know, that shallow lose weight, but it's always deeper than that. You dig in, well, why you want to lose weight? You know, why, like, oh, I've tried 100 other things and nothing works, and I want to feel better, and I want to get off medication, and I want to not be depressed anymore. You know, I want to have value in my life. I want to value myself. I want to value my word, what I say. Like, I want to be able to feel good in my bathing suit. It's like, those things are really important.
Yeah.
And that takes time to change. And how do you make it a lifestyle? You know, how do you make fitness a lifestyle? It's not about those big 6-12 week fat loss transformations. It's about those small things that you stick to and you continue to do. And it's like, you have to make your goal. You have to challenge yourself, but it has to be not so damn challenging, like you go to extremes, like you're going on crazy diets. You have to stay consistent with the stuff that you know works. Like, when I first started getting into diet, like, I was going out to eat. I was going out to fast food like 3-4 times a week. I was cooking sandwiches with processed meat on them. I didn't know how to cook. I was like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I probably struggled for 5 years before I understood nutrition and I understood the consistency. Like, I struggled for years. Like, some people are like, oh, I've only been doing it for 6 months and it's hard. Well, I struggled for 5 years and I didn't see great results. And I never got what I wanted to see. And I was doing it alone. I didn't have somebody moving me. So that's hard too. And I realized, like, I stopped going out as much as far as eating out. I stopped drinking as much, and you just slowly take it out. Like, you slowly start cooking. Okay, I'm going to try to cook one meal. Like, I went from eating sandwiches and top ramen rice. Like I didn't know how to cook. It's like, oh, maybe I should, like, learn how to cook one meal. And I remember cooking like this chili. It was terrible. It was just like brown, just turkey with like a little bit of nasty chili sauce and like some black beans or some beans, and that was it. And I was like, oh, this isn't very good. And I would like mix in new stuff, and it's like, so not eating junk and, you know, moving towards some direction helped me out in that way.
Yeah, so you're slowly developing the skills to take you to that next level. You talked about how your nutrition wasn't on point for years. You know, your training was on point. Your consistency in the gym was on point, and you were eating somewhat right, but it wasn't all the way dialed in. But that took you time to be able to learn those skills and develop those habits, right? You talked about how you started out cooking one meal that you felt would be clean and good for you. I was the same way. Like, when I started to really clean up my diet, I was like, all right, I'm going to cook one meal that I know is good for me. I'm getting all the right nutrients from me, and something that I like too. I'm going to try to cook something that I like, and this is going to be my go-to meal. And then, you know, a few months later, I'm like, all right, let me try to add another meal. Let me learn how to cook something else that I can throw in there that's going to be healthy for me, you know, that I'm going to enjoy too. Something that I'm going to enjoy, something I can do for a long time. I mean, pretty much every day I eat similar foods, right? And it's just it's slow progress better than no progress, right? You pick up different skills every few months and you apply those skills to your life. And then when you really, you apply them, you apply the skills to your life at first, they're strategies, but then they just become who you are, right? The skills that you develop it's the kind of person you are. You know, I'm the kind of person that wants to put better foods in my body. I'm the kind of person that wants to go to the gym and exercise every day. And it's just who I am now because I developed those skills over time. And it wasn't always like this in the beginning. I was doing everything wrong. I was working out in the gym incorrectly. My form was trash. You know, I didn't know how to program or anything like that. My nutrition was trash. And also my consistency was kind of trash too when I first started. Like I was on and off, you know, I was like, I had other stuff going on in my life. I was spread thin. My priorities were all over the place. Right. So in the beginning, a lot of you may feel like you're struggling in one of those three areas or even all three. And you put so much pressure on yourself to be perfect in a short amount of time because, like I said, you see these transformations that are like 16 weeks and this person transformed their life. You'll read the caption. It'll say transformed their whole entire life in 16 weeks. And that's just not how it works. It took me over 10 years to get to the point I'm at right now. And 3 years ago, I didn't look this good. You know, 4 years ago, you know, I had to develop these skills every single year, and it took me 10 years to get to this place. Now, it's not going to – in 10 years, you're going to be a completely different person. But think about it this way. Like, imagine yourself in 2 years from now if you were to just do something little every single day that's going to take you to that next step. Imagine yourself in a year and a half or 1 year even, right? That's a lot of change. But if you tell someone it's going to take them a year to get to their want to go, if you're not really about it, then you're going to hear a year, and that's going to kind of turn you off because you want it quicker. And everybody wants things quicker. Like if someone told me I could get results quicker, that would I'd be like, all right, cool. Tell me how. But when you really understand like the root behind achieving certain goals or achieving anything, right? You understand that it never happens quick. It's about the little things you do every day and they add up. You get momentum and you learn new skills and you apply those to your life. And like I said, it just becomes who you are. I'm the kind of person that knows that goals take a while and I'm willing to put in that work. And that's how you transform not only your body, but you transform your mindset because you become the kind of person that just accomplishes things.
Right. It's funny is when I first started getting into changing my diet, that was the hardest thing for me. Once I had my workouts consistent, I was okay with that. And I was like, okay, the workouts I have some sort of consistency there. I'm going 3-4 times a week. I'm good. But the diet was one that I really struggled with because, again, I was going from eating out all the time, and I would try some stupid diet. Like I probably tried every diet strategy when I was working out for a little bit. Not even a month.
What was the most ridiculous diet you tried?
I would literally try everything. So, I mean, I didn't really try like ridiculous diets, but I would cut my carbs extreme. I would only eat protein drinks, and then I would just drink water. I never ate a vegetable in my life. I probably so many years I didn't eat a vegetable.
Same.
I hated it. And I felt like trash. And then I would try like a bodybuilder's diet where it would be just like, I remember the first time I did that for like 3 weeks. It would be like just chicken, rice, and vegetables at almost every meal. And or it was just chicken and vegetables. And oh my God, it was just terrible. I could never stay consistent with it. It was way too hard. I tried intermittent fasting, and I just did it for like a stint. I was like, oh, I'm going to try this out. And don't get me wrong, these are all good things, but nothing I stay consistent with. Like I will go from eating junk and Oreos and junk to just automatically into this extreme diet or a diet strategy. And it would just, I was never able to stick with it.
Yeah, that's hard to be sustainable like that.
Right. I mean, just years of struggling with that, you get sick of it. You get sick of it at some point. And I was to a point when I was like, all right, I really need to figure this stuff out. And I would just start doing it slowly. Like I started just stop focusing on the short term. And I had a buddy who was helping me out with nutrition, and he was like, dude, you got to look at it for like longer term. This guy was in really good shape. And I was so grateful that he helped me. His name Andrew. Some of you guys know him. He helped me out, like develop my diet and do it for like slowly incorporate things. And that was a life changer for me because like I wasn't hanging out with somebody who was short-term minded now. I was hanging out with somebody who was going to teach me the right way to do it. and he kind of guided me through. And I remember like the first time I got my six pack, I was stoked, man. I was like, I felt great because that's a mythical thing for me. You know, I was never able to get it. And like, I would always try and always give up and always try and always give up. And after years of doing that and doing it right, man, what an eye opener. And I was like, all right, it wasn't that bad. I just had to stop being so short-sighted and like, yeah, I got to look at the bigger picture. And now those results are sustainable for my life. Now I have that life change. Like now I understand like challenges it takes to get to it and the steps that need to be done. It's like, it makes you a more resilient person.
You went through the entire roller coaster of getting to that goal. So once you got there, you have the characteristics of somebody that can pursue through challenges, right? And then you got to your goal, and now that's a part of your skill set. Like, you know how to get lean now, right? And you've done it so many times that's just like, you know, you understand that there's going to be plateaus because you've been there before. Some of you who are earlier in your fitness journey, you hit these plateaus and they discourage you. You know, you hit these plateaus, you haven't lost weight in 3 weeks, and it's like, what am I doing? Is it working? You know, should I change it up completely? Should I eat a completely different diet now? You know, you don't know what to do, right? You think that you should be losing weight every single day, right? You think you should be dropping weight fast, but you know, you're going to hit every single facet of this journey. You're going to hit a plateau.
Right. Every day almost. Every day you're going to hit some sort of, you're going to hit some sort of plateau,
right? It's going to be like 2 steps forward and 1 step back, 2 steps forward and 1 step back, right? But you don't want to take, you know, more steps back. You're going to hit the plateau, right? Maybe your weight pauses and it's going to force you to like, you're going to think you need to change up some things, but you just got to stay in the game. Obviously, if you're working with a coach, they're going to help you and make sure that you're staying on track, reevaluating things. Maybe there's something in what you're doing that isn't benefiting you entirely. Or maybe it's just like, you know, making sure that your mindset is on point, because that affects your mindset when you're not seeing the progress that you want to see, because we've been painted this picture that you should be seeing everything fast every single day. You should be getting this reward from it, right? You go to the gym today, you do 2 days, you ran 5 miles. You're expecting to see 3 pounds or 2 pounds off that scale the next day. But what happens? You hop on the scale and you gain weight, and it messes it messes with your mindset, because you're like, I put in all this work and my coach told me this, and you know, what am I doing? I'm gonna go on the keto diet now and eat once a day. You know what I'm saying? So like it messes with your head, and it makes you think that you need to switch everything up. But no, you just gotta stick on course, right? Because if you want this to be a lifestyle, you're gonna be doing it forever, right? Maybe not to certain extremes, but you're gonna be working out and, you know, taking care of what you like, being conscious of what you put in your body and wanting to achieve more with your physique and your health. Like that's a lifetime process. So it's going to take longer than a 16-week transformation period if you really want to be doing this forever. Because what happens when you finish those 16 weeks, right? You finish those 16 weeks, are you done? All right, what's your next step? How are you going to, you know, if you're doing a 16-week fat loss program and they're cutting your carbs to pretty much zero, what are you going to do after that? How are you going to bounce back? You know, some people do these challenges, and then after it's done, they rebound to even worse than what they were before, because they didn't develop lifestyle habits. It's just like they just, you know, they pushed themselves to the extreme, saw the fat loss, and then now they don't know what to do. So.
Right. I mean, look at the Biggest Loser contestants. If you just Google Biggest Loser weight loss and weight gain, and you'll see half of them have gained their weight back. Yep. Whoa! Yep. Shocking.
That's crazy.
I didn't realize that. They lost 150 pounds in 3 months, and then they gained 200 pounds back the next year. Whoop-de-doo, boys and girls. They're doing it too, and so are you if you're short-sighted. And it's like, you're like, oh, if you're getting discouraged and you're a newbie, you know, a newbie is 1 to 3 years of training, minimum. You're a noob, in my opinion. 1 to 3 years of training, you know, you still got a lot to learn. And you got to be in it for that long-term progress. Like some people are even thinking 1 year's long. I'm like, 1 year's long? 1 year blows by.
Right.
Shit, it's already halfway through this year. Can you believe it? Damn, man. It's like we started our fat loss challenge And that's when I started losing body fat, or thinking about it in March. And now I'm down about 20 pounds. I'm stuck at 20. I've been stuck at 20 for about a month now, 20 pounds down roughly. I finally saw the scale budge down a little bit this last week to 178 finally, but that was after many months. And my weight fluctuates like all the way up to 187. From 178 to 187, my weight fluctuates. That's how much. Like, so I weighed 178 like a few days ago, and now I'm like 185 today. I know I'm probably 187
right,
or 178. Right. That's not giving me stress. You know, and I'm 20 pounds down, and a lot of people who started that challenge are heavier. I know it. And a lot of people who started that challenge are also leaner. So it's the choices you make, really. Like, am I going to be in it for the long run? Am I going to bite off more than I can chew, as I always do? Or are you just going to listen to John, like, or the coach, like, this is how it needs to be done? Like, you focus on one thing slowly, like
100%.
Like that's all it takes.
Yep.
And in a few short months, a year is 12 short fucking months. 2 years, give me 36 months.
Yeah.
You know?
And then
how about that?
Yeah. See, that scares people away, though. You know,
right, but you know, yeah.
I tell my clients that it's gonna take you a long time to get to where you want to go. But if you want it that bad, you know, that's the price you're gonna have to pay, and it's not a consequence. Right?
No,
it's taking you.
It's
3
a
years.
reward.
That's a reward. It's gonna benefit you in so many ways,
right?
To be able to, you know, to stick into something. Like, guys, ask yourself this: when was the last time you did something for 5 years straight that you wanted to do, that you liked, that benefited you for 5 years? For a lot of us, that's nothing. Right? Like something you stay consistent with for 5 years. That's a long time. Think about that. And if it's nothing, like, guys, listen, anyone that has any kind of success did it more than 5 years, more than 10 years, right? They were in whatever lane. It's not even just about fitness. In any lane, it takes a long time to reap the benefits of, to reap the fruits of your labor, right? You got to put in the work for a long time, and you're going to hit those plateaus, right? But it also is very fun and rewarding, because along the way, you're going to you're going to level up in a lot of different ways, and it's going to be very rewarding, right? Like, it's going to take you 3 years, but 6 months in, you're going to see a lot. You're going to see some good progress. You're going to see a lot of good lifestyle changes. You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. A year in, you're going to look at your progress from a year in, and then maybe maybe you wrote down PRs that you had when you first came in, like your first time you tested, and a year later, you have pictures. Your weight is different. Your day one to a year, so much progress has happened. Right. And I think that we underestimate how far we've came in our journey to make that, right? So imagine how what your transformation is going to be from your first day to year 2 and your first day to year 3. Now that's a transformation from day 1 to day 365. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard to see the results if you're always like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm losing weight fast enough. You know, oh, the scale is not changing, versus saying, hey, like, there was a point in my life where I wasn't even worried about this. There was a point in my life where I was just sitting on the couch, watching Netflix, and that was my fun. I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to eat cleaner. You know, I didn't care about how I looked or the foods I was putting in my body, right? But now you're the kind of person that even has those things on their mind, and that's a win too, right? So there's a lot of different ways to judge how far you've came versus, you know, the way that you look or the scale.
Yeah, you know, when in my early days of lifting, I was grateful that when I first started gaining lifting, I wasn't focused on weight loss or weight gain. I just wanted to do something that would benefit me, because I didn't really have many friends in high school and middle school, you know, and I had a couple of buddies who were like, hey, let's go to the gym. Like, I was like, fuck yeah, let me just go to hang out with a friend that I have finally, like someone consistent, you know, and, you know, I had insecurity issues, and I was just like smaller. I was tiny, like small muscles, and just, I don't know. I was just like nerdy little kid. I had glasses.
It's like early high school years. We all some kind of,
and I'm just grateful that I just wanted to get to the gym and work out, and focusing on like trying to lift heavier weights and trying to get a little bit stronger was helpful in allowing me to seeing long-term progress. That was like one of the most helpful things, because you stay consistent, you see results, and the results of lifting weights is so much more satisfying than losing weight or getting some sort of 12-week diet. Like when you guys start lifting, it's so funny when every new person comes in this gym and I sit down with them, we talk about their goals. Every one of them says they just want to look better, feel better, and they never say they want to lift heavier ever. In fact, they usually say the opposite. Oh, I just don't want to get too bulky, or I don't want to lift too heavy. And it's funny because they get in the gym and they start lifting some weights and they start lifting a little heavier, and woo, they chase that heavy. It's funny, man.
A different beat. A different beat. Bro, I've seen some. Not that I have stories, but you see like this little, timid older lady come in and she like doesn't want to deadlift or she doesn't want to lift heavy, and then like she hits her first deadlift PR and she like lets out a big scream at the top, like you see that beast come out of them when you start lifting weight, caring about that kind of stuff, and that leads me to the next topic, which is instead of judging your progress only on the way that you look and the scale, and your measurements, those are a lot of good ways to judge progress, right? Judge your progress about how you're performing in the gym. Like that's my main driver in my fitness. It always has been, is my performance, right? And if you can perform better, that's going to trickle down and you're going to look better. And it's going to be more fun for you because you're learning more physically what you can do with your body. Like imagine being able to deadlift this much weight, right? You're deadlifting almost twice your body weight, or you're able to perform a clean and a snatch, tough moves, and you're able to do body weight exercises, and you're getting stronger at these things. Every time you retest, you're like, wow, I just added 10 pounds to this. Oh, I could do more push-ups. That stuff gets me fired up and more motivated and dials me in so I can stay on this journey, because it makes it more fun when I'm performance driven. Now, if I was to not be worried about performance and I was only judging it, I step on the scale and it didn't go down, I'm like, it makes you sad. It discourages you, right? Because seeing weight drop on the scale or not, that's not even fun for me. Like when I see weight drop on the scale, I'm not like, oh, okay, that made me really happy inside. Like I feel like I did a good job. What makes me happy is like being able to perform better and do the things that I want to do inside the gym, and even like, being able to run, being able to do hikes, being able to do stuff physically with my body, because that's going to make it more fun for you overall, because that's a huge part of it, not just the scale. Like if you're worried about how you look and that's the only way that's the only way you feel good is if you look better or if you lose weight, then you're not going to last very long, because that's a superficial goal, just looking better.
Right. Who doesn't want to look better? But that should be only a very small portion of your fitness journey. And that's why when I see you guys come in here, and I always like to listen to your goals. I like to try to get it out of you. Like, what do you want? Like I want to look better. I want to feel better. I want to look better in a bathing suit. I got a wedding coming up, but I know there's deeper goals. And it's funny. I was like, I know this person's going to crush it in the gym. Like I'm looking at their body composition. I'm I'm thinking about what she's going to be strong at when she's telling me she wants to lose weight. And I'm like, okay, she looks like she's got some definition here. Maybe she's got some good posture. Maybe her pull's going to be good. She's got a good deadlift. And I'm thinking in my head, how are we going to progress her and get her addicted? Because
it's funny because you and I talk about that kind of stuff. Like when we'll see someone, that's her first name. We're like, oh, that girl's going to be a beast, or this guy's going to be able. You can tell he's going to be fast. Like
or you see their running mechanics. You see their lifting mechanics, and you're like, Josh, you see that girl lift that deadlift? I'm like, dude, we should push her a little more.
Exactly. And then like you'll see them, and let's just say whatever exercise we're doing, you're like, all right, go throw those 25s on, and then I've never done it, and they do it like 10 times,
and they're like loving it, like, holy crap. Like it's funny because you get these people that come from other gyms and they've never touched a heavier weight. Like anything above 10, 15, 20 pounds is heavy to them, and I'm like, you are going to do good in here because you're going to lift heavy.
And then you get that adrenaline, you get that when you lift heavy. And then the next week we're working on something a little bit different, and it's like testing you in a different way.
Right.
And it gets you excited because, you accomplished something. You got that gratification right then and there. That's the beauty about performance, because you lift heavy and you hit that weight for reps and sets. You're like, wow, I just did that right now. I had my challenge, which is the weight. and completing it. And then I completed that challenge, and it makes me feel good, right? It's instant gratification.
Right. It feels better than the scale going down.
Yeah. And then in turn, if you continually get stronger and better and faster in the gym, you're never gonna look great. Along with, obviously, you know, diet is very important. You got to be putting good foods in your body so you can fuel your performance and so you can overall feel better. Like, I'm not gonna have someone be all performance based, but they go home and all they're eating is Oreos, right? That wouldn't be very smart. But there's more to it than just like the scale and losing weight.
Right. I mean, getting stronger is a great prerequisite to changing your diet too, because I find that this is what happens. People will they'll come in the gym, they'll be new, they say they want to lose weight, and I'll help them lose weight, but I really want to focus them on getting excited about lifting weights. Because if they get excited about lifting weights, they're going to naturally come to a point when losing weight becomes more meaningful, where it was just a superficial thing. And now they're like, wow, I see all these people, they're running faster than me. They're lifting a little heavier. They're able to do jump squats and burpees. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, I want to lose weight so I can keep up with these warriors. And they come in and they're like, their whole mindset was changed. We get them focused on lifting. We help them get stronger, understand mechanics, so they get excited about the move. It's more challenging. They're more engaged in the gym. They're having more fun. And then they hit a point where they're like, fuck, I don't want to be third place anymore when I run the small lap. I don't want to be last place anymore when I run the big lap. I want to get faster. And then they're like, okay, I want to change my diet. And now it's like, oh, boom. Now they're like, they get excited about losing weight and hitting the weights. So that's usually the way that I like to focus new members when they come in. I'm like, let's get you loving the weights. And loving the weights takes a year, up to a year. Everybody change. Like, some people love the weights in a month. Some people love the weights in 6 months. Some people develop that love in different ways. And then we focus them on that other aspect. And that's an important part of the journey gyms miss, is they don't get them loving the weights. There's no passion in the weights, and then they don't stick with anything. And showing them that progress, you're getting stronger, your PRs. That's why we do the physical fitness progression evaluation every 3 months. Now it's going to be updated with the Level Up program, a lot more updated. But we used to do that every 3 months, right? 3 months, you get to see results. Like, everybody loves that month. It's my favorite month because people are crushing PRs.
It's my favorite month too. You know, I love the energy in the gym when people are hitting PRs.
Right.
But I also wanted to talk a little bit about some of you have a lot of weight to lose in your journey. You know, some of you don't need to lose that much weight to look a lot leaner and better. But some of you have to lose 100 pounds or more, right? And that might feel heavy on you. Thinking like, wow, I need to lose 100 pounds. Like, that's going to take me a long time. And you feel a little bit, you know, discouraged about it if, like I said, the scale's not dropping fast enough. You heavier people out there, you guys are, if you focus on the weights, you're going to get so strong as you start dropping body fat, right? Like, when there's some heavier girls and guys in the gym and they're deadlifting like heavy, crazy weights and they're able to row, maybe they're not so good at the body weight stuff or running, which is going to come through, you know, losing more body fat and getting more comfortable with their heart rate up, because they're, you know, you're bigger, it's harder, right? When you start focusing on performance and trying to get as strong as possible, that's also going to make your weight loss journey even more. It's gonna make it more smooth, right? When you're really serious about going in the gym and getting stronger and hitting PRs, then that weight loss journey, if you lose a pound a week or even less than that, right, you're gonna stick in it if you focus on that performance. Because, guys, listen, to lose 100 pounds, it doesn't matter what diet you're on, unless you're going to be on the Biggest Loser, training 3 times a day, eating 500 calories every single day, literally about to kill yourself for it. It's not going to happen for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Or even more. Right? You have a lot of weight to lose. So focusing on performance is going to take you to that next level. It's going to keep you dialed in. It's going to keep it fun for you, right? Because, you know, weight loss, if you have that much to lose, isn't always fun. But, you know, there's some other stuff that's going to keep you fired up, like performance.
Right, exactly. Keeping you fired up. That's all it is. Keeping you fired up throughout your progress, keeping you fired up throughout your journey. Because I mean,
Right.
that's our main goals as coaches, Josh and I, and everybody else as coaches, is to get you fired up about what you're doing. If we can't get you fired up, you ain't gonna stick with it. That's
Right.
why, that's why we're developing this for this program, this level up, where we can get you more fired up on a daily basis. But that fitness test just keep you fired up about your progress in that way. And then those other skills will start to come in. Okay, I've been like, usually if you're working with a coach, like if you're in Fitness Forward, we
Right.
program you every day you come in the gym to be a stronger person in every way, shape, or form. Through the motivational things Josh says, that's reprogramming you. At least you're hearing those motivational things every day. If he's challenging you every day, or we're challenging every day, like you're being challenged every day, that's positive. That's positive changes in your life,
Right.
right? If every week you hear Josh say, "Stay on your diet," or me say, what are your numbers at? If you're hearing that, it starts to get programmed. I mean, I can't tell you how many people after training here for a year, they're like, "I hear you in my head." Like it doesn't stop.
Yeah, yep.
Like if I'm slacking, I'm on my own. I hear you say hustle, and they go fast. Like that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Like you want to be programmed in that way. And that's why like having like a physical place to go to, it helps. And having some sort of direction helps. And being in that environment, that's why the Fitness Forward environment, like, I mean, I'm only talking about Fitness Forward because that's what we live.
Right.
You have these environments in different ways, but we try to build that environment of strong community, developing you guys as a strong community and athletes to encourage each other and push each other. And because you can always count on, when you walk in that door of Fitness Forward, you're going to be challenged in a good way, and you're going to leave in a great attitude, right? So that's how you get somebody to have a transformation. Is
Right.
you give them that experience, and you get them addicted to the actual results, not a 6-week plan, not a 12-week plan, but the fitness program and the fitness test and the PR tracking, and wow, like this is what exercise is about.
Yep.
And whoa, now I'm addicted to exercise. I'm addicted to that. And while you're getting addicted to exercise, we're programming you about nutrition by talking during the sessions about food and tracking calories and hitting numbers, and we're talking to you. And so that whole process is, we're brainwashing you, and to compare, we're washing all the junk out of your head.
Right, exactly. Because
we're brainwashing you. I say washing the junk out, all the junk, and we're gonna wash it clean with good stuff. Like we're gonna promote a good mind,
right,
and a mind that thinks constructively, how to set goals, that works through challenges and has fun hitting PRs. And that's what true results and true transformations are about. It's not about that picture on Facebook. It really isn't. It looks great, but that's one small facet of the change that you see in that world of change. You know what I mean?
You talked about brainwashing or reprogramming you to have your values placed in different areas, like performance and longevity, and having fun with it, and just taking it, just applying one thing every single day, one thing at a time, and doing that, and that's what's going to give you the greatest result. Right. Not versus, but you've also been programmed prior to this to think that, if you're doing something, if it's going to take you a year, then maybe you're not going hard enough or something like that. Like you've also been programmed to think the opposite of what we're telling you. You know what I'm saying? So we want you guys doing this forever. Right. It makes me happy when I have a client and, maybe they're not my client anymore. And they come back to me and they say, "Hey, Josh, like, listen, I was able to change my life through the things that I learned, right? By getting stronger in the gym, by hitting these plateaus, by putting healthier foods in my body, by learning different skills, right? By having fun with it and understanding that it's a journey. That's what changes your life, not just the transformation picture. At the end result, nobody really cares about the end result. Like, imagine if I was like, a new movie came out and I'm like, all right, let me just tell you the ending real quick. No one wants to just go to the movie theater and watch the ending. They want to see the whole entire journey.
Right.
You want to see this person start from nothing, and they go on the hero's journey, and they go through ups and downs. They're going up, and then in the middle of the movie something happens, and they go back down, and you want to watch them come back from defeat. Right? You want to watch them come back to defeat, and then at the end of the movie, you were able to see this whole entire journey, and that's you. You're on this hero's journey. It's your movie. Life is your movie. Your fitness journey is your movie. And every single day is a clip. Every single day is a part of the movie that, is very important, right? Short term, but also in the grand scheme of things. Like from day to day, you may not think it's very important, right? You're not losing weight. You're not getting stronger. Oh, you are losing weight. You are getting stronger. It's going to go back and forth. But trust me, you got to stick with this whole entire process. And then that hero's journey, when you're 3 years in and you look at day one, you're going to be so damn proud of yourself because you are now the kind of person that is able to push through that kind of stuff, right? You're now the kind of person that put in the time finally in something that's really going to truly benefit you forever. And that feels damn good.
Right. I mean, I'm so grateful to walk into Fitness Forward every day and see faces who have been there for 5 years. And they're just crushing it in the gym. Dominating. They're still being progressed. They're still dominating. And I absolutely love it when you get a noob that comes in and they see the people at Fitness Forward. And this noob is somebody who's been working out for years. They've just still been working out, but they're a noob in knowledge and athleticism and progressions because they were never, and they're like, oh my God, that girl or that guy, they're like in so good shape. And I'm like, yeah, that girl used to be 40 pounds overweight.
Right.
That girl didn't even know what a push-up was. So it was just like you see that the people when I walk in the gym and I'm able to look back at when I first met them 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years ago, and I see that transformation. I'm grateful.
And for some of you new members, when you walk into the gym, you think that they were always like that too,
right?
You think that they've been beasts their whole entire life. Oh, they must have just had it their whole entire life that way. They were genetically blessed in that area. Me, I've been struggling with. I've been overweight my whole entire life. I didn't play a sport. I was never a runner before this. That person was just better off than me in the beginning. Some of these people started from the bottom in their fitness.
Right.
They were overweight. Right. Maybe they had some other, maybe they had low self-esteem, low confidence. They weren't consistent really with anything that was going to benefit their health and fitness before that. But you're talking, John, saying how they've been here for 5 years, 10 years, and you look at them now, and now they're beasts. But in their head, they're not thinking that they're done.
Right. They want to become more.
You think that they're beasts, and like, wow, I want that person's physique. I want that person's strength. In their head, they're thinking, oh, I want more. I'm trying to become better, right? So once you get a taste of those results, you become addicted to it. So a year in, you see where you came from day one, and now you're like, oh, I'm ready to get 2 years in. Oh, I'm ready to attack some more goals, and you become addicted to that process because it's become fun. It's become who you are to accept on new challenges and want to be better for yourself. That's where the real power comes from.
Right. That's the real power right there. Yeah. And a lot of people aren't able to say that. A lot of people have been working out, doing the same stuff and seeing no results because they're not changing. They're not getting challenged. And they look back to a year ago and I mean, it happens every time I sit down with somebody. How long have you been working out? 7 years. I'm like, great. Tell me your progress. They're like, none. And I'm like, whoa, holy cow, 7 years. That's a long time to do something that doesn't work or that doesn't get you excited and you're still looking. And that just shows you there's something flawed with the fitness industry. And change in the game is going to be change in the game. That's why I feel like I've always tried to do in Fitness Forward is from the tracking, like nobody else is tracking. It drives me nuts. I tell everybody who I meet with who does coaching, every other fitness business, I tell them, do you track your members? Usually they say no. I'm like, you guys don't track your members? I always hammer it in. Anytime I meet with any other gym owners, I'm like, dude, get a tracking system in place. I'm like, track their progress. They love it. And nobody's doing it. It blows my freaking mind. And seeing you guys getting so excited about tracking, that's why we're going to continue leveling up our program. And that's why I'm grateful for this quarantine because it allowed me time to make those changes, and hopefully when we get back, and hopefully by next week, you guys are gonna have some physical stuff to have fun with, and track your progress and keep seeing those results year after year, and you get to see this big change on paper. You get to see where you came from. Those are the results. So
And it's going to
I'm excited to do that.
Fired up again. It's going to get you fired up. You know, we've been trying to keep you guys fired up with this online Zoom stuff, you know, doing the best we can with these podcasts and all this stuff that we're giving you guys 7 days a week, keeping you fired up. But this Level Up program and this reopening of the gym, hopefully here soon, you know, it's time to level up. We're getting you guys fired up again. And I know if you are a member at Fitness Forward, then you are ready for the challenge. You're ready 100%. To push yourself to the next level and go as hard as possible.
That's no question at all, right? Like, you know, like seeing you guys hustle on these sessions and work hard every day and be positive and get through your challenges. You are the embodiment of Fitness Forward. And I'm so grateful for that. Like, you guys ain't quitting shit. I respect that. Like, I want to be around you. And that's why I'm so excited to level up this program more for you guys, because you guys deserve it. Like, you guys are hard workers. I want to create the biggest warrior out of you, and you guys are worth it to me. And I'm grateful that we have this platform where we can talk to you and coach you and answer any of your questions that you ever need. And you guys are our number one. And that's why we do this. That's why we're leveling up ourselves as a company, as a business for you, because we want you guys. We know that with your results, anything is possible. And seeing how you guys have changed, looking at your numbers, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see the changes to come.
Yeah, 100%. Me too. It's been a pleasure to coach you, Beast. Thank you for tuning in to J Talk every Saturday, 10 a.m. And we will talk to you all soon.
That's right, guys. Thanks for talking to us. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask us now. We're open.
We got it here. We got Milana.
Yeah, we got some more. I don't know who iPhone is.
Yeah, me neither.
Me. It's me. Adrian.
Oh, it's Audrey. Okay, she wanted to be incognito. Okay. Nice, Monica.
You got some spies. I did.
Right. Monica, Monica, you are a classic. I always bring you up because
I bring up Monica a lot too.
You're somebody. You're a rare breed because you just do as I ask, and you see results phenomenally. I mean, you're down a significant amount of weight since I met with you last year. After your vacation, you came back from Sydney, right? Came back from Sydney. And you came back, it was January, and you were just ready to crush it. You had already been crushing it, and you lost some weight, and you're excited about that. And now you're what? How much weight are you down? I mean, I'm just curious.
25
pounds down.
Wow.
That's freaking awesome. You're a different person.
That's a
right? That feels great.
6 in quarantine.
6 in quarantine. You lost 6 pounds in quarantine. That's amazing. That's seriously great. And I'm proud of you, and I'm grateful for your weight loss, and because that's a new journey for you.
Right.
But I know I'm a newbie.
Yeah, and that's okay. You've been coached by some warriors, so you're not. You guys who get coached are on the fast track usually.
Right. I was gonna say
you're much faster at learning than other people.
The thing that I love about Monica is she's been crazy consistent. Like, she's hitting 5 days a week. She's never making any excuses. She goes hard in the sessions. But what I realized that one thing that's really cool about Monica is she's really active in the Facebook group too. So she's always posting in there. She's commenting on other people's posts. And that's what I like to see too, is you guys interacting with each other in the Facebook group, because that also is another level of keeping yourself accountable and keeping yourself fired up, is when you communicate with each other in the Facebook group and talk about, oh, that workout was killer, or I just went on a run today. And then someone else comments, oh, I went on a run too. How was your run? Like, you get like these buddies online, these online, people to help keep you accountable. And that's fun too. Like, you're making friends that are passionate about the same things you are. And then it makes it even more worthwhile to come to the sessions, because then like you can talk about it with the other people that hit the session too. Right. So Monica's super consistent, awesome. And she has a lot of she's very active in that Facebook group, like I said, and I love seeing her.
Thanks. Well, I know that they're going to be the people there every week, every day.
Yeah. Right? That's helpful. Yeah. It's keeping you accountable. It's like, all right, I'm going to post there to keep me accountable. That's who it's really for. And obviously everybody who sees that whether they're liking it or commenting on it or not, they're still seeing it. Programming. Exactly. We're talking about programming you guys, right? Programming you to be better. And when you post in that group, you're programming other people to be better through your posts. So you're continuing. That's like a continuum of good things. So good job. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. Well, I know Alana will be there too. So
yeah, Alana's crushing it too. You know, she's got right. Alana, aren't you? You got Brenton, her son, climbing on her back during the sessions. She's still squatting, still coming in 5 days a week.
Right.
She's still going hard, even though she's a mom full time right now. No excuses. Seeing great results.
Always.
Alana is another team. And you guys are both too. Like I said, you guys are hungry. You're both tuned into the podcast. You're coming to the workouts 5 days a week. You guys are hungry to learn more, right?
Yeah,
you want to continue to get better. So that's what I love to see.
And you know what? That's what you got to be hungry. And you guys, like Alana, like I know you've been working out every single day. I talk to Josh every day, and I talk to who's in the sessions.
Yeah.
Even though I want to know who's in the sessions, because I always want to know. And there's always the same people who go into the sessions. Like some people are just really consistent. Like Alana, Monica, dude, you guys are on point. And I really appreciate that. It's good for the group. You guys are winners, and you guys are being programmed to be winners. Every single day you come in, you know, and you're taking every step forward. You're putting yourself in the position that you need to be in to be a winner. And we noticed that. Josh and I noticed that. Like,
right.
Especially when we get back to the gym too, like we focus on people who focus on themselves. Like we notice, like we've been coaching for years. We know who's gonna put the most work in, and we focus on them a little bit more. That's what we do as coaches. It's like, all right, you want to have fun, you want to be pushed, okay. Every day you come in here.
We have some for you. And John and I talk about this. We talk about this before the session. All right, we got to really push this person. This person,
right? Yeah, it's
and then
fun,
more, and then more effort you put in. I mean, it's how you get better. You get better coaching the more effort you put in, and. It's not, effort isn't based on how strong you are or how good you perform or how fast you are, how you can run. Effort is effort.
It's attitude.
Attitude. Your mindset when you come into the gym. Your mindset when we ask you to do things, right? Your mindset when you're tired or when you don't feel like coming to the gym, you still come in and we can tell that you're hustling. We can tell that you had, sometimes you walk in and I'm like, all right, this person looks like they had a long day, but they're ready to work. And that gets me fired up.
Right.
I like seeing that. And that's what I like to see in members. And I see it in all of you that come in every day, 4 or 5 times a week, 6 times a week working out.
Right. And you two ladies right here, I'm grateful to see you guys in the sessions every day. That's awesome.
100%.
John, one of the reasons I joined Fitness Forward was because I figured that out of all the places I went to, you were going to be the one that was going to push me the most.
That's good.
Why I was like, I don't know, this guy's kind of tough. Like, he'll probably push me like the most. I didn't know you at that point, Josh, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no,
that's
good.
This
guy, he's going to push me, so that's why I joined. You're not
Yeah, of course. Of course. That's important. It's challenging, and especially if somebody has the right attitude to change and to be pushed. Heck yeah.
No, and it's been good. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Lana, keep killing it.
Bye.
You were muted.
Is that Brendan? Yeah,
you're muted. Josh, I muted you too on accident. Sorry.
We're back.
All right, boys and girls, thanks for coming in. That's gonna be it for today. We'll do a cooking show next week. We're gonna figure something special out for you. We got a little something special for you. Like maybe a little bit later today, we'll talk about what we're doing live on Facebook. But you guys have a great day.
Thank you
for coming in and listening. I love you guys, and I'll be sure to